Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Dungeon. I'm your host, Lauren Tepper. As you guys can see, the man next to me, if you know anything about basketball, I don't care who you are. You've been in the gymnasium. You have seen him corral the sidelines, screaming out, making sure they get the ball, and tell them, shoot it from the three-point line. I tell you what, I think they got X's in the Kingston gym, and that's all they can move. They cannot move from that place. They shoot it 100 times a day. I'm just making that up. I'm just teasing. Anyways, Coach, Greg Poole is here. We're glad you're here. You're sporting that nice big ring. Don't hit me in the face with it. That'd be great. That's the state championship ring.
Yes, sir.
It is?
Yes, sir.
That was from a couple of years ago.
Right.
So you're here taking the Kingston Lady Yellow Jackets program. Your gals are here. You got both the junior high team and the senior high team. These girls have talked smack for 3 days, and now they're here. All of a sudden, they've shut their mouths real quick, have they not?
They have. But when they get up here, I bet you they'll think of something to say.
They will. Let's talk about some things going on. This week, you were in the summertime. We're in camp mode, just having a little fun. How's it going for you?
It's going well. I mean, there's not a lot of teams at NAC this week, but we've been having a good time.
Well, some of the teams are a little weaker than what you are. You played Alpena this week, right. And I know it's only July, and July you're working to prepare yourself to be playing the best basketball come late February into March. But it's something that you saw this weekend that you need to, Jana Case is here.
Right.
It offers something that you don't have, and that's a size or a gal in the middle, right. Which you don't run into in Class A basketball very often, but when you run across a team that has that capabilities, it gives you something different to experience. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jenna Case is a good post player. We're going to have to do a better job at post defense. We're going to have to do a better job at help defense. And our guards are going to have to put more pressure on the basketball so they can't get the ball inside the gym.
That's probably what I figured would be your plan is that to really attack more in the front court, right, instead of letting the ball get past the timeline and then letting them even get a chance for it to post up.
Right. We're going to try to put more pressure on back court. Even though Jana now has been helping handle the basketball down the floor too.
I noticed that this week, and I was a little. I'm not calling Coach Redding. I made a comment a couple years ago about Coach Lynch asking him one day. I called him on a game that he lost in overtime, and I said, why was he having Caleb Curtis bring the ball up the floor? And he called me out on that. Want to know why I was saying that? But right. I'm not. I just, it's just kind of interesting to see that. Maybe he's got some plans for her to do some other things.
Right. Well, I think looking at their team this week, I think she's the most experienced girl on the court, so she has had to go back court and help bring the ball down the floor.
Right. Let's talk about the Kingston program. You've built, and I hate to use the word dynasty, but you've built you a very solid program year after year. Right. Where does that start? How did that,
I think it started with this group of girls I had this year. I've had them since they were in Pee Wee basketball, and I think the foundation was laid a couple of years ago with Lakin Riley, Kara Edgman, Sarah Root, Lindsay Davis, Allison Valines. They've led the foundation in this group. We've only got one senior this year, Brooke Poole, but she won the state title when we beat Guy Perkins 3 years ago. And every year the expectations is to be at Hot Springs, to be in the state tournament.
Right. And the expectations now that you've built at Kingston is just not a district title. It's a regional title. It's a legitimate run into the state tournament, deep into the tournament.
Right.
They're looking for Elite Eight, Final Four type of year out of you. And anything less than that can be a disappointment.
It is. This group of girls, the last 4 years, we've been at least in the top 4 in the state, and they expect that this year. And I think even our junior high kids. They want this opportunity once they get to be in high school.
And winning and breeding winning go hand in hand.
Yes.
If you win, you learn to win. You just don't step on the floor and you win. You need a little bit of ability. You got to be humble. You got to be figure out what you need to do to be successful.
Right. This group of girls, they come to work every day. They know when basketball practice starts that we're going to work. And they're ready every day.
Let's talk about this year coming up. Fayetteville Christian obviously has announced that they're not going to have a team again.
Right.
So that's going to leave yourself, Alpena, pretty much battling out on the girls' side. I think Omaha will be better. I don't know what to think about in Lead Hill. The word is that they've lost their best player to Flippin,
right.
Which is immediately going to make Flippin that much better.
Right.
I don't, and I think you're ultimately the team that beat you in the regional final will be better since they didn't have a senior on. That's the Jasper Lady Pirates.
Right. I think the top 4 teams in the region are Alpena, Kingston, Omaha, and Jasper.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Unless I start to see something early in the year.
Right.
Let's talk about you finalize your schedule. Or you still got some open dates you're trying to work on?
Still got some open dates. I mean, I'd like to pick up some non-conference games like Guy Perkins or Calico Rock, Viola. Some of the teams far away that maybe can play us at NAC.
Mm-hmm.
We like to play good, strong competition to get us ready for March.
What tournaments you going to play next year? You obviously going to play the North Arc tournament.
Yes.
Where else are you going to play?
We'll be playing a tournament at Flippin.
Okay.
And tournament in Omaha, and then at NAC.
The Border Classic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody on your schedule right now that's of an intriguing matchup?
As of right now, no.
No.
We play Valley Springs a couple of times this year, and play Green Forest. So we've got some, a couple, but we've been playing those teams.
The Valley Springs would be another situation in the middle where they've got a dominant player in the middle.
Right.
She's a 3-year starter over there, and will be tough to deal with in the middle.
Right. Now, that'll be good practice to be able to guard Ariel inside, get us ready for guarding Jana Case.
Let's talk about your lone senior. She's obviously your daughter. She's been playing since she's a freshman.
Right.
When she was a freshman, she came off the bench to help you guys advance in the tournament. That was the first regional tournament in Lead Hill that she played up in. How's that been for you to watch her grow?
As a father, I felt like she's basically born with the basketball in her hands. Because she's been playing all her life, and I love. When we played Guy Perkins, and she was able to come in and help us. We had a lot of injuries at the time, and
you lost a gal. You lost a gal in the regional in that final game that hurt you. That going into that final game.
Right. We'd lost Allison Valines to knee injury in the semifinals, and Brooke came off the bench and was able to hit 5 or 6 3-pointers against Guy Perkins that night in the state tournament.
We've watched her mature from being a freshman to the senior.
Right.
She's celebrating a birthday coming up. She's a young senior. I mean, age-wise, speaking with her a little bit, a lot of potential, a lot more growth that you can see in what she has to do.
Yes. I mean, she's developed into a player that can go inside or outside. She can handle the ball. She can shoot threes, or she can post you up.
I know it's hard because you got son too, and he just graduated last year, and I always hate to focus. And I did this to him last year where I walked up to him and was just teasing with him. Right. But how's he doing?
He's doing well. He wants to be a basketball coach. He's going to go to North Arc this year and plans on being a coach.
And going to help go work a little bit with Jerry.
He plans on helping Coach Thompson.
Yeah,
yes,
that'd be a good little fun for him. He'll
learn a lot.
I'll tell a little story real quick about. I think I told you this before, but. Coach Jerry has been good to my kids and my family, and he used to let my kids be the water boy. In the first game we ever showed up, he pulled my boys aside and he says, "Boys, what I say over here on the bench stays on the bench, okay?" So it's kind of funny, not knowing Jerry outside that, that's not his really demeanor, but he does have to get on to him every now and then.
Right.
So what do you do to get on to them?
Really, I don't have to, because I'm honest. They come to the gym. They know what I expect of them. They know what practice is all about. They know we're going to come and work hard, and they don't complain. They know that we're going to practice every day till 5 o'clock. And they know that if we don't take it serious, we'll just get on the line and run the whole period. So I'll get their attention.
Real quick. Well, let's take a short break. We come back. We're going to bring these lovely ladies. And let me tell you what, it'll be another one of these days where I'm going to be the ugliest guy standing there. Is that all right? We're going to bring them out here, we're going to talk with them, and we're going to have a little fun. Coach,
yes,
thanks for coming out.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back.